Thanks for coming back to our channel. We're really excited to share part 2 of our relationship story. We love each other.
And we're very attractive. We have huge muscles. We're funny. Smell great.
We're not always any of those things.
Humble.
Super humble. We're always humble.
No,
but our relationship, you know, hasn't always been perfect. He's always been perfect, and so that's what matters the most to me.
So we had a few dates. At the end of those few dates, she still had to finish school. I had a couple of shows that I was going to do in different cities. So we kind of did that whole, it was a great magical experience getting to know you, but what are we going to do? Life happens. So I moved to Portland, Oregon, and you went to...
Yep, I moved to DC, and I actually worked on Capitol Hill.
Oh, she worked at the White House, no big deal.
I didn't work at the White House.
She worked for the president.
Yeah, I worked for President Obama.
She was in the Secret Service.
No, I saw President Obama once. It was in the flower garden, or in the rose garden, though.
Did he, like, pick up a rose and go...
Yes, and then he said, I am Obama! And that's how Moana started.
That is how...
Lin-Manuel was there.
Just motivation I need to write the main theme song of Moana. Is Obama a Hawaiian chief? Well,
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, well, kind of. Hawaiian, the Hawaiian commander-in-chief.
Yeah.
Well, sort of, yeah.
Kind of.
But enough about Obama.
I moved to DC. I was working at the House of Representatives at the time, so I was really busy, had a really cool apartment in Pentagon City, but we just kept talking and texting, and then...
And I was doing a show called Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson.
He was Andrew Jackson.
In Portland, Oregon at the Portland Playhouse, which is a great theater, check it out.
It's an awesome theater.
So yeah, we just did the kind of like, hey, you know, I wish you were here. The thing too is that I think when you realize that you have a good person is when you call that person and you stay up all night talking to that person.
Being in DC, I was 3 hours ahead.
So she stayed up very late.
I would stay up until like 3:30 in the morning.
And then go work for Congress. Yeah. So she would stay up till 3:30 talking to this lame-o. Then she would go work for the government, which, you know, only the most important job in the country. I mean, it's fine. No, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's
NBT.
Intern is like super most important job in the country.
We met in Seattle, went to Portland. I went to Portland. She goes to Washington, D.C. She comes to visit me in Portland.
Yeah.
We have a great weekend together. Then we start having this sort of snowball effect of we really want to see each other more. So once she's done in D.C., where do you go next?
I went back to Pennsylvania, so I went to Penn State. Then you moved after Portland. You moved to New York.
Then it was time. Then I said, you know what? I've enjoyed my time in the Northwest working in theater, and it was time for me to get to New York. I go to New York. We're both on the same coast, and it seems like things are going to be great. But New York City and Penn State are not close.
No, we had to take the mega bus like every other weekend. And for those of you who've taken the mega bus, it's like 6 hours of hell. It's like hot and sweaty.
And this mega bus is sponsoring us. You're great.
No, we're not taking money from Megabus.
Oh yeah, actually we'll never take money from Megabus. Just free Megabus.
No, we're not getting on a Megabus.
Megabus sounds like a transformer. Megabus.
Driving to your destination for $1 or less. But usually it's like $100. That's a...
Thanks a lot, Megabus, for keeping our relationship together. So, I'm in New York. She's at Penn State. We do the cross trip like every other weekend.
No, we're doing it all the time, and then we'll be like, well, not this weekend, and then it usually will be like, wait, okay.
Fast forward about a year of doing that, and you finally graduate. She graduates, so now we're Seattle and New York, which is
switch coasts,
which is even better than it was. Still making it work, still doing the phone calls, still doing the emails, the Skypes, the FaceTimes. I go back to Seattle for like the winter.
Yeah.
We're finally together in the same city for the first time in like forever. It's gonna first time in forever. Anyway, we're in the same city finally, and we both decided we want to move to New York.
Yep.
At the same time, because you get your first job.
Yep.
Where was your first job?
I was working at Saatchi & Saatchi, an ad agency in New York.
So she's an advertising superstar. I'm a struggling actor. You know what we should do is move to New York, the most expensive city in the world. And so we both moved to New York. So finally, again,
we're in the same
we're in the same city.
We did that for like a year.
It was only actually about 8 months.
Jeez.
Mind you, we've been together 5 years. So finally, we're in New York City together. Both living in downtown. You know, and we're just making it work. I mean, she's working the crazy advertising.
Yeah, I was working like 12 to 15 hours a day consistently. I'd come home at like 8 o'clock, and then he would be in a show from 8 to midnight,
Right.
and then we would like not see each other.
On top of bartending and doing shows, and she's working 12-hour days, I'm also auditioning like crazy. If you move to New York as an actor, you audition like crazy.
It's like a full-time job.
I was probably doing 3 to 4 auditions a day.
Yeah.
We're happy to be together, but it was definitely a grind.
Hard.
It was a grind. It was definitely a grind. Then, Walt Disney World is auditioning again in New York City. I had an opportunity to work there a long time ago, but it was something that it was on my bucket list, and I really wanted to get back there. So I go to the auditions. So here we are again, and we're finally in the same city, and I get the offer to move to Orlando. And that's, again, where you have to kind of look at each other and say, if I really love this person, you have to support them no matter what. You have to support them in their passions. Sometimes you just have to put the other person first and understand that if it's going to work, it's going to work.